Photographer Edward Berinsky has travelled the world visiting places few of us rarely see.
I'd ask questions like, where do computers go to die? And I'd end up in China.
Yeah.
Where do big oil tankers go to die? I end up in Bangladesh.
From mines in South Africa to power stations in Mexico to farms in Spain. His lens bears witness to our impact on the planet. His images, both shocking and ravishing. What have you learned over the years, over those last 40 years, about humans, about us?
Well, we're sort of insatiable. You know, we never seem to have enough. We are going out into nature, and the problem is that if we can't contain our consumption, that, you know, as we go out there and further into the, you know, hinterland and into the unspoiled nature to get things, what's happening is that there's a huge biodiversity loss. And I think it's as much as climate change is a threat to the future of life on the planet, so is the reduction of biodiversity.
His work goes beyond nature and explores how our planet has been altered by heavy industry. He shows me an early example from his native Canada. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is pretty breathtaking and alarming at the same time. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is this shock of red through the
and
landscape.
Explain why it's red, because this is the dark side of it.
So this is like iron oxide. So these are literally rivers of rust. And what they're doing is they're pouring tailings, which is once they've removed the nickel and the copper and all the precious metals out, you have the remaining rock that's been ground down, and they have to pour it out.
Berinsky's love for nature and photography started young, when he got his first camera at the age of 11. He worked in local factories to put himself through photography school, and soon turned his lens on the industrial landscapes around him.
This is a kind of a journey to go and bearing witness to the outer edges of our supply chain where materials come from, copper, iron, and look for the largest examples of that taking from nature. And it wasn't necessarily intended at the beginning to speak about climate change, and it was being talked about. It eventually started met up with it.
Is there a picture here? Is there a photo here that you love the most? Is there one that speaks, that has an important meaning to you?
Well, I mean, for the first time, I've actually had a chance to really express my work in the work of murals. So there's 14 murals here, like big murals. And I'm really kind of pleased to be able to bring them out like this. Is a picture I took in Madagascar of an artisanal sapphire mine.
I wanted a closer look, because perspective here is everything.
You can see there's like a solar panel here. There isn't a moment where I can come and not discover something new.
And these are communities that have been set up for sapphire mining. This is it, right?
All ad hoc. This is like, there's no license. They just came in and started this community.
Berinsky's work reveals both the beauty and our destruction of nature. But in this art, there's also a call to action.
I'm hoping that this work then also sends us up to a kind of an emotional state where we start thinking about, you know, what it is that we're doing and the collective impact that we have. You know, the world is a much bigger place, and we need to kind of be aware of what's happening out there, because that's going to come back and bite us.
Íza Swaris, CNN, London.